everybody, it's Jack and Dan. And the Azolla didn't turn exactly out how I thought it would.
Right. We're going to update you guys on that. But we did get some new plants. So let's turn around and check out what we got. All right, guys, it's in the afternoon, so it is cool because the sun is, blazing in here. You guys can see what this is like when the sun comes in here. Basically what happened here is these little rascals, these little blue polar rascals right here, right? They took a liking to the Azolla, and they were picking at it constantly. And even when we tried
they kept eating it, and you wouldn't think that they would. I mean, you'd think they'd be full after. I mean, we obviously fed them, but they just kept eating it, and it's kind of weird.
Well, we do feed them a couple times a day because they are still young and they're growing, and we didn't want them to eat the plants and stuff. The weird part about cichlid hybrids is sometimes, even though their descendancy is carnivorous, their ancestry is carnivorous, sometimes the descendants of hybrids will eat plants. And so they do. And they really took a liking to this, and they just kept picking at it until there was hardly anything left. You could see some of it's kind of floating around, kind of dead pieces that they've eaten and spit back out in that. So we basically just turned the pump back up for the under gravel filter things and took the little sponge things out that we put in there because they were just eating it, and there really wasn't much left at all. So it was worth a shot, and we love these guys. And, again, it was what was that, like a $7 investment? Not a big loss.
That big a deal.
Yeah, that's a chance you take with this. They have been picking at the swords a little, but again, these outside swords are still doing pretty good. The inside one is still alive. It just was kind of smaller, and who knows, they might all survive and float up here and blow this whole thing up. But what we got is we got some Salvinia, right?
Yeah.
This is a smaller Salvinia. It's called like Asian fern moss or something.
It's kind of like a water lettuce, just a different shape, obviously.
Yeah, they call it like a water fern.
And it doesn't take up as much room, and it doesn't get the tank as dirty either.
Well, yeah, it's not smaller, and we kind of bought them in these little bunches, and you can see they have these little roots, and they will spread and they will grow, and they may kind of cover. Now, we don't think that these tiny little hang-in-the-back filters are going to be a big problem for them. We have those over here, and then we have the other Salvinia. This is Salvinia cuculata or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. We'll put links in the description. That one's more of an Asian fern moss kind of thing. It's called. These are the bigger ones. These are called like a water fern, and they're larger. They have a little bit bigger roots. But again, the hanging on the back doesn't seem to bother them as much. They've been in here for a couple weeks, and again, they're kind of expanding already a little bit. It seems like they're spreading out, and we'll see how they do with the hang on the back filter and everything like that. We may end up actually moving some of them over here since the Azolla didn't work out, or if they grow, we'll move them. The other thing is we may have to again use some sort of ring or separation for the light to be able to reach the swords. You can see the swords are doing good on this side too. The other thing that we did is we turned the light off on the bridges because it started growing a little stuff. And again, we used to have all that pothos in here, so the pothos was just sucking up all those nutrients, right?
Yeah.
So the algae really didn't grow, even though the lights were on in the same spots. Well, until we get some of these other plants to develop more and stuff like that, we decided to just turn those off. Honestly, you could still see them pretty good, especially when the sun comes in this time of day. We also got some plecos, but we're not going to give any spoilers. We're going to do a separate cinematic video, right?
Yeah.
Just on the plecos. We got 4 plecos in here that we think fit really well, guys that we've been wanting for a while, because there really wasn't any plecos left in here, and we just need some help cleaning things up. So you can see a lot of this Azolla kind of settled, but we're feeding them a little bit less until the tanks have a chance to catch up and everything with it. We've got, guys are breeding over here in this little house. There's guys breeding over there in that little house. There are some babies there. We just did a video on that not too long ago. We have another couple that's in this little, there's the mama right there, just peeking her head out. There's a couple, there's the dad. He's like, what's up? So we have another couple in there. There's actually a couple that have kind of taken over this. These are kind of cool. They have like a little back passageway that goes up into there. And there's a couple in that one. And I think over here in this thing, And you can just see the outline of a pleco there, but of course you can't see what kind it is. But little spoiler there, that's it. But anyway, the plecos are kind of a little smaller and shy, but they're coming out. These guys don't seem to be messing with them or anything, so hopefully the plecos will start to help clean and get in these bridges. And you know, we'll do a little, like I said, we'll have a cinematic video kind of coming up sharing what they are. It's neat though when that sun comes in. Look at the shadows on the back of the tank and stuff there, how the sun casts the shadows on there and stuff. But anyhow, quick video. We'll see how this Salvinia does. We got the small one over here. We got the big one over here. We'll see how it does. Just wanted to update everybody. These guys just liked the Azolla too much. They were eating it. Weren't you guys? Were you one of the culprits? He's like, yep, I loved it. Thanks a lot. Put some more in for me. You know, we just didn't know. We didn't know if they would do it or not. So they ate it. Didn't survive. Hopefully these guys do. We think they're neat. We'll see how it goes. We might spread them around if they continue to grow. We might put them in this middle one. We might intermingle them. We might just have maybe the big one in the middle and the little one in the end ones or something. Whatever we decide to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It's cool. But they're neat. And they're pretty cheap. We got like 4 bunches for, I think Connor gave them to us like 4 bunches for 15 or 16 bucks over their Best of Pets. Our wonderful LFS. And they're already, a couple of these are already starting to expand. You can see right here,
I
this
like
guy.
having the plants that float on the top of the water. I think they're
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they're cool. It's cool to have both. This is new growth right here, just in a couple of weeks. See this one right here?
Yeah.
Those are new leaves. So, you know, if they continue to spread out, we'll see how they go. But anyway, wanted to do one. Guys, make sure if you're new to our channel, you can check out our aquarium playlist and see how we kind of built this. We got, about what, 12, 13 other tanks around here too, in addition to these bridge tanks, plus an indoor pond, 390-gallon indoor pond with an inverted aquarium in it. And we're going to be doing updates on this and a bunch of our other tanks. We've been doing a lot to this tank recently, but we're going to be doing more. This is, of course, our big old wall of fame here that a bunch of other awesome fish tubers and other just YouTubers we've been talking to for a long time over the years that we've met in person or that we've done live streams with and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun time. So anyway, we'll do an update. We'll have an update on the plecos coming up. And then probably show some other things going on with our other tanks after that one. We'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day.
Bye-bye.